I never know where my career is gonna go. I like to say I do, but I never have any idea.
This is Elbo. Known for his iconic dinosaur designs, Elbo has not just shaped glass art, he's transformed it. His dino series aren't just sculptures, they're functional pieces that have become a staple in cannabis culture. With meticulous craftsmanship, each piece showcases an ability to fuse creativity with utility. Elbo has been selling pieces for tens of thousands of dollars all over the world. If you've watched any of our live streams, you've probably seen a couple of his pieces, and I'm fortunate to call him a friend. I got to catch up with him while we were in Colorado to talk about his career, current projects, and where he sees the future of the craft.
Dude, this is so dope. Yeah, you've been
like
talking
the
about this for years, you know? So like, it's so crazy to see this in real life now.
You know, he's got a tab at L on his tongue, and when I sent that into Tops, they were like, "Yo, this is cool, but like, there's no way that the MLB is gonna approve this." And I was like, "Oh, just like try, see what happens." And maybe they didn't see it, but
They just probably didn't notice.
Yeah,
they had to not notice.
so that's on
Which
the
means
card.
you should cop it, because
Yeah.
if the MLB sees it, they're gonna be pissed, man.
Yeah.
This is the only acid-related art the MLB has ever officially or accidentally approved.
Probably. We got the Derby.
Damn. The big old Derby piece, holy shit. Is this the biggest dino you've made?
Yeah. And this just happens
Yeah.
to be with Derby.
I mean, I know people are wondering how much would something like this go for?
We would take 80,000 for this, but
This is a collab piece with Darby, the GOAT, the general. Like,
and like some people might be like, "Yo, what's up with that? Sounds crazy," but honestly, like we would rather keep it at this point, you know.
sure, yeah. If you're not gonna get that price point
Not
for it,
trying to really let this one go. Like I want this one to chill in the shop for a minute, you know.
The first time I saw an Elbo piece was in 2014 at a show that he had in Philadelphia. It was actually the first art show I ever went to from this functional art space. And I remember it so clearly because I walked in there and there must have been a wall of 40, 50 of these dinos. They were really small, palm-sized pieces. But I remember asking someone, "Hey, what are those going for?" And at the time, it was, I think, $10,000. And so I'm looking at this wall of pipes and being like, I am uncomfortable being in a room with hundreds of thousands of dollars of glass that my clumsy ass can break. And it really was just the start of going into a space, seeing this obsession, seeing an artist that needed all the help he can get, actually selling this work because everybody was interested in it. And it just kind of left my head spinning of this scene that I wasn't really aware of, and entering this art show and seeing the passion around it and the beauty of the work. That really was the kickoff to my story of love for the functional art space.
It's a functional piece. Banjo, big, and you know, banjo. When I was like starting blowing glass, that was, you know, my number one hero in glass. Here we go. This is the picture. This is the woman who owns it. And that piece allegedly sold for around 100 grand.
it's amazing. It's a grail piece. And what's crazy is that is functional art, right? Some people are using it because they get to put hash through it and connect with it. And some people, much like this woman, got it because it's fucking stunning.
That, to me, that was one of those pieces I was like, oh, this piece is transcending what I even imagined could be made as glass in a pipe. We were gonna bring this to Art Basel. It ended up in like juxtaposed on some ad. It was like, it was a pretty well publicized piece at the end of the day. And I felt like it was because just all the moments leading up to it on Banjo's side, on my side, in that moment, we decided, hey, let's go for this fucking monumental masterpiece that like can stand the test of time, that like we placed ourselves on this timeline, this moment. We made some pieces together, they were cool, but like we needed to make something monumental. And I feel like that's the true art, you know, that's the museum quality shit. Like when people say pipes are art, like those couture moments, like just like fashion's art, like those moments that really define and transcend and tell a story about the culture, like you're saying, like, you know, so.
Getting his start in the mid-2000s, Elbo was captivated by glassblowing at the Tyler School of Art in Philadelphia. He later moved to Colorado, where he worked alongside artists at Everdream Studio, a legendary studio in the glass world, where they not only created unique pieces, but also fostered a community that thrived on shared knowledge and techniques. Something that Elbo says is changing with information being more accessible than ever.
So this is Everdream Studios. This is a collective studio. Nathan Myers, Adam G, WJC, Yushin, and myself, we work here. This is my bench right here, and we all work at a table together so we can all see each other and communicate. And this is kind of one of the first studios like that. Usually the studios were built where everyone was kind of in their own cubicle, but this place was built to like share information and knowledge and have conversation with each other. So this was kind of the first shop with that concept. A lot of other shops are built like that now too. When I first started, like to me, Philly was the mecca for me. The West Coast was fucking popping at that point too. Like Oregon, NorCal, SoCal, they were killing it. Colorado was killing it too, but to me at the time, the innovation was going on in Philly with the art side of things. During that time, I kind of saw that happening out here. I saw once weed got legalized, a lot of like glass blowers from different areas kind of moving here, starting to like become a little glass mecca, I guess. And then there was like the melding of the West and East over here. So you're getting like all this crazy technique and function that was going on the West Coast. And you got all these like art guys on the East Coast kind of coming together. I think American glass art is like true Americana. I mean, this is like specifically American culture, you know, coming from Grateful Dead lot, coming from Fish lot, coming from all those, you know, that lot scene. People my generation grew up smoking glass. It's an Americana, it's true Americana. And I think with time, it will become almost like a great American pastime in a sense. Because I hang out a lot in Asia, Asia loves Americana and American pastimes. So I could see the future of pipes gaining more international recognition as time goes on, just for their historical value and also just what they represent. And that's like a true underground sculptural studio movement where people are working out of their garages, out of their extra bedrooms, out of dirty little warehouses and, you know, the worst part of the city. Like, people by any means are making it happen just to make this medium because they feel that there's something special going on with it. And that's really specifically happening in this country.
Elbo's work does more than decorate spaces. It challenges perceptions, bridging the cannabis world with the traditional art world. This blending has helped push the cultural envelope, making what was once taboo tasteful and artistic.
A lot of the price in the American pipe scene reflects the history and the story behind that pipe artist and that piece. And it's not like just some number out of nowhere. Like, it takes years for these artists to progress to this market that they have now. Right now too, I feel like pipes are starting to hit a new mainstream even, like more and more people know about it, even internationally. Like more and more people are being educated on it. And I think that as these techniques become better and better and these artists are able to like truly express themselves, I think that pipes will hit that true high art.
Recognizing the broader appeal of his art, he has expanded into merchandising. From apparel to accessories, he's making sure functional art is accessible to everyone.
I had linked up with a crew called Blunt Action out of New York, and they were doing like 3D renders and animations and stuff like that. Through just connecting with them, talking to them, we developed the first Bronto toy, which this is the exact model, but this is not the exact toy. But we made this. It had always been a dream of mine to like make a toy. From there, it kind of opened up like these doors in my mind, like, oh, I can do more than just glass with these characters that I've developed in the pipes. I can do 3D, 2D, all the things that I'm into, fashion, toys, collectibles. I can like maybe make my character in these mediums. And so that's what's led to this.
Elbo Glass isn't just a brand, it's truly a movement. You know, I've watched this community of ours start off really small, a bunch of people into this incredible works of art, some of which Elbo is making. People really passionate about hash, passionate about the resin, the growing. This community used to be really small. We used to all know each other. And in this time, stars have risen and very few people have been able to break out of this little bubble we existed in and reach others and pull them into our space. And that's what Elbo has done. He did it with his pipes by making art that appeal to people that conventionally don't love hash right off the jump. And then he expanded it to making plushies and toys and grinders and trays and this endless list of beautiful merch and this endless list of collaborations. And that makes him, to me, one of the most important artists and advocates we have in the space. Thanks as always for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. We've got more incredible stories coming your way.